Welcome to Aaron Explains, the show where my friend Aaron explains something to me, and today we're back talking about Pluribus.
What Pluribus offers is this opportunity to think and keep thinking, and obviously lots of people are thinking about this. It's not a mystery box with one solution.
Yes.
It's in fact a very open program that offers different ways in and ways to think about things and ways to think conceptually about what it means to be an individual, what it means to really feel like you have this specific mission. And I feel that that is the kind of like the difference between Manousos and Carol, is that Carol thinks that she has a mission.
Yeah.
But it's really a personal need.
Yes.
Whereas Manousos, his mission is really fundamental.
He's much more serious-minded about
my
it. You
gosh,
see
yes.
that in every choice he makes about it. And that's some of the things that I was thinking about. Manousos seems to have a very specific connection to the past.
Yes.
He didn't just work in a storage facility, which he respected greatly other people's stuff, because he went out of his way to leave this whole detailed note when he had to access.
Yeah, he's very conscientious, leaving the money whenever he takes the gas.
He has very, very strong ethical rules.
Yes.
But once he left that place to begin his trek, he went home. Very first thing he does is he pulls food out of his fridge. It's food that he has stored. It's leftovers in a container that is still good. Then he goes around his apartment and he collects items, his money, weapons, maps. They're all stored in different places. Even the car is in storage.
Yes.
His old car he takes. You just see this. The tapes he was listening to learn English this episode were not new.
No.
These were like 40, 50-year-old cassette tapes. Yeah, this man has a very, very specific connection to the past. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's definitely not Carol's connection to the past.
No, absolutely. And I do think that, again, there will be, I'm sure, some people who will think that, this is putting too much onto the show. But again, when a show has a whole bunch of fireworks and is playing, Stars and Stripes and whatever, you have to really think about how this is playing off of the current political context, and the idea of isolationism. Yeah. Carol is effectively, as an American, she is displaying the impact of isolation.
Right.
So there she is trying to celebrate as best as she possibly can,
her independence
and being alone and just how limited that is.
Right.
Whereas Manousos is trying to connect.
Yeah.
Like he's willing to cross the Darien to connect.
Right.
I mean, because she could easily
have gone down to visit
have gone down to him.
Gotten a flight down there,
but she doesn't.
Yeah.
She's in her own space and she's isolated so much so that she asks for the hive mind to come back.
Right. And before let's move on to that, I just want to say the one thing that kind of plays around with that isolation idea that's maybe not the exact same as today is that Carol has been isolated by a hive.
We just need a little space.
Whereas Manousos isolated himself from the hive.
Yeah.
There is a difference there.
No, that's true.
It kind of goes against that. It's, again, this is where the show is, I don't want to say complicated, but it's complex.
Yes, it's complex.
Which allows these allegories we can project onto it, but none of them fit perfectly, which is what makes it great.
Exactly.
Because it immediately makes it, oh, wait a minute. I feel like in the previous videos, we've been just kind of accepting that the hive mind is what it says it is at face value, and it's all good, and maybe came off as being like, and then Carol must be all bad. And definitely the comments on our last video got me thinking a little bit more about, there's probably still another shoe or two to drop about the hive mind. And I like
the kind of idea of the openness of the show, like this sense that we have the individuals, the dozen of them, and we could say, well, that's it. But we know that the hive mind is making use of surveillance equipment.
Right.
if
they only know of people's existence
of,
because of
exactly.
other people connected to the hive who are aware of individuals or whoever they can see, which means there could be other people out there for future seasons who have gone into a bunker or something.
Yes, we don't know.
With years of stock supplies to get them through.
It could turn into a mystery box show, and it could be just like Lost. There could be, a hatch, and open it up. And
okay. All right. That might be the point when I'm out, when the hatch shows up. Oh, I will say the drones delivering items to people who are otherwise, there's no human interaction. This is everything that Jeff Bezos dreams of.
Exactly.
The future of Amazon, where you just don't have to deal with other human beings and single Gatorade bottles are being delivered to you in the middle of the desert.
And I think that, again, to kind of play off that, I also find the role of animals in the program to be really interesting, in this sort of sense that, once the humans are out of there, the animals quickly they take center stage, and quite literally center stage in the middle of the golf course. That buffalo that's right there, and I feel like this sense of human beings having this tremendous amount of control. I mean, obviously that's not the case, because the moment that human beings are not around, nature takes
even
over.
when we are around and we have things go out of control. It's always an illusion. Sometimes we're more effective at it. The moment we're taken out of the picture, the illusion is laid bare.
Yes. So what do you think is going to happen next?
The very next episode, I don't know, but I do have a really terrible feeling about what's going to happen when Carol and Manousos get together. Because I feel like right now, Carol has turned back to the hive mind. It's a compromise for her. She needs it emotionally, but it's clearly not what she wants. It's not unlike somebody. I don't want to project it as a toxic relationship or an abusive relationship, but it does remind me of that. It could just be friends you don't really like, but they're the only friends you have, and so you continue to hang out with them until you can find better friends that are. And that's kind of the situation she's in right now. And I'm terrified about Manousos is going to show up and be more what she's looking for, or seem to be that. But he is so much more serious-minded and has so much more conviction that in her joining him on his quest, she's a weak spot. That emotional neediness, she is a weakness to both the hive mind and to his and their future goals. And there are going to be points where they're going to rely on her in some way, and she's not going to be very reliable. No, because she's not even self-aware of her neediness.
But I think at this point there is sort of a sense for those of us who are Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul fanatics. That this idea of the two characters, the two characters kind of both playing off each other, that it's making us have these kinds of expectations, and I can only imagine in the same way that some other expectations for this show have been completely sort of turned on their head, that I can see that we're going to have a lot of we're in store for a lot of surprises.
Yeah, it won't be the exact same.
It won't be the exact same, and I do think my prediction of this is that we are going to it's going to be more of a triumvirate situation, where it's going to be Mr. Diabate, Carol, and Manousos. And I think that these three are going to, because Mr. Diabate, he is connected to all of the others. And so I think that that's where we're going.
So him as a representative of all the other independents.
That's where I think we're going, but I don't know. I mean, whatever. Well, I could be totally wrong.
Oh, that's three characters. What would it be? What's a four? Quadrilogy? No, what's the
quadrangle?
Because the hive mind's a fourth character.
Yes, but I'm saying that this is a triumvirate of the independent minded
people. Okay, non-hive mind. Okay.
This is my prediction. I could be wrong.
We will find out.
Yes, that explains it.
That explains it. Like, subscribe, leave comments, leave lots more comments because they're fantastic.
They're amazing.
More than we've had enough to talk about today.
Yeah.
But that's why we get into the comments feeds. And see you next week.